Let's hope they come so that we can discuss. Today we have a members presentation. As you know, these 8 weeks, our model is slightly different. We are moving away from education to spending more time with the team members. So I will quickly release this place for the members to talk. Also there is another reason, we also not sleeping very well. So the volume goes down. And the battery charger not yet come, is not coming only, so it doesn't matter. So let's get back to the main line. This year, 4th year of Apna. Thanks to all your support. We have 1,400 people across the world who are part of Apna family. Roughly about 100 are regularly coming here in various forms, but there are a lot of people who are actively participating from outside. This year of visibility, we want to focus more on each person rather than on Apna. So visibility for Apna is equal to the visibility of the people here. We don't want to promote Apna, but we want to promote each other. So we want to spend more time in trying to promote. So any good idea you have on visibility, most welcome, you can share. Today I had asked these people to present. Subramaniam, Lata and Akshay. Akshay has not come, therefore at least 2. If he comes, then he has a product launch which he wants to discuss. So 3 members presentation. They will make a detailed presentation. Please listen to them. Always remember, when somebody is presenting, you have a responsibility. Not to judge whether the product is useful to you or not. What your responsibility is to evaluate what is an opportunity here. The strength of Apna is on 2 pillars: creation of opportunity and encashing of opportunity. So how do you create an opportunity when somebody is talking? This is the ability which we want to learn. So I'm sure we have discussed this several times, so I leave it there. Quickly we will go through the week that was. Lot of action was there, so quickly I will present. So here is Dr. Shiv in school drive. So anybody who attended wants to share something, you can. This is the reason. Yes, Lata, quickly. Don't take too much time.
So just now I was congratulating him and saying he totally mesmerized the entire crowd. The energy, the passion with which he was connecting with the audience, I think we would have clapped intermediately at least 7 to 8 times before he ended his 50-minute session.
Very good.
Super.
So, Shiv, how did you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. The moment I was on the stage, it's like...
Yeah, even the pose is...
Somebody commented, Gaurav Vadekar, Vidya knows. He commented, is it a Shah Rukh Khan pose?
We also have Samuel Sudhakar, who also made a presentation. Sir, anybody? Quickly, we just feel some happy moments. Business conclave, yes, anybody wants to share?
Yeah, and Sarvan sir was presenting the points. It was so calm and quiet. Everyone was listening to him, so trying to relate to what are the points he's saying. It was so thoughtful session by him.
Somebody also told that he was more focused on implementation tips.
Yeah.
What,
How to do? More
yeah,
how to do it.
That was what.
That's what people want, no? Always they ask
Exactly.
how to do it, how to do it.
Only there is a quiz contest. Who is this guy? Okay, good.
That's the person replied to the post. I said, Shah Rukh Khan post. He is the last speaker.
Oh, okay.
Shekhar Vijayan.
Oh, Shekhar Vijayan.
You can see my post.
Yeah, this I just put here because last time Health Vision, this magazine, Satish Kota and Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is here? No.
No.
Yeah, so he with great difficulty has brought all this. taking, people should take. Whoever has not taken, please take a copy of this today. So that this is going. Plus, he has also requested anybody interested in subscription can do the subscription. So that came in the WhatsApp, so I just put it here. Anybody interested in subscribing? We also have a very good offer from Takshana Ayurveda. All of you know Takshana Ayurveda is one of our earlier members. He has got a hospital in Yeshwanthpur. So he is offering for all Apna people 1 hour massage, Ayurvedic massage free. It's equivalent of 2,500 rupees. It's a good gesture. So please,
No hidden
no hidden costs.
No hidden agenda.
No, he has mentioned that.
Don't worry. So it's not very far from here. So after we finish the meeting, you can go there. Check the offer. This is very good. And more important is, please visit his hospital, because I'm very proud that a person who came first operating from his house, then Yeshwanthpur, he had a small clinic, then he put up a small factory, then he got Ayurvedic trade license, then he got certified to ISO 9000, then he has moved and started a hospital. So it's really successful.
All happened from,
Real scratch, from Apna only, many things happen. No, of course, he's also coming in Ayush team and things like that. And he's expanding also in a big way. So anybody who has got a business mind can join with him and invest so that you can grow very well. So it's a really proud moment to see. The nearest you can do is go and see his hospital, at least. Whether you get treatment or not is not important. And as you know, these are treatments which are not necessary that you should have a ailment. You can simply go and get a good health massage. So please make use of this opportunity. The best spirit will be, even though he is offering 2,500 rupees free, better go to people. One you take free and one you pay. That is the spirit of business. Just because he has told, you will not just go on line up. Try to do something like that. Or you can say, you can do some referrals, etc. So I thought it's a very important thing to share. So let's move on. ApnaTV and team launched the kalasambrahma.com website. So this is the place. You can see some familiar faces. And, this happened on Sunday at 4:04. So now we have a vehicle which we can use. As you are aware, February 8, 9, 10, 2019, we are planning well in advance. 30 to 40,000 people are expected. It's a great business opportunity. Even though it's something to do with marketing, music, arts and dance, a lot of people can take stalls or exhibition space or sponsor, and from now onwards we can start doing the business. So we can see whether we can achieve something like 50 lakhs to 1 crore as a turnover. Quite possible, because so many of us are there. Just you divide 1 crore divided by 100 people is a very small amount. Only 1 lakh rupee business in 3 days, that is 33,000 rupees. And the official partner for the stalls and everything is Prakash Reddy. So please contact him. In May 31, his first offer for the stall gets over. So please take the stall and start working towards building your business, so that by the time you use the stall, you already got back the money. That is the spirit. I'm sure each of you can showcase something or the other, right? It can be as simple as just educating people, or saying hello, or just being there giving you a visiting card. Or long back I saw a movie during the French Revolution. One man was telling, I am selling nothing. So you can say, I am doing nothing, I am just here. That also is possible. So please look at such an opportunity and think what an opportunity can be. Don't be narrow-minded. Don't think very specifically to what you are doing. What you are doing is very, very small compared to what you can do and what you can get done. Therefore, I expect all the stalls to be over by May 31st. Get a very good discount also, good price, and please take it up. And come to me. I will tell you how to make money out of it. Don't worry about that. But you must not put your first leg. Then we will start looking at what to do with it. It was quite an interesting thing, so I thought I should put this. Dr. Panirenu, I put this offer in AABN. As I told you, I don't leave anybody who puts an offer in AABN. Please come and explain what you are.
I'm Dr. Panirenu. I've always been talking of tissue nutrition and many of them have forgotten that I'm basically a cosmetic dermatologist and I have a high-tech laser center. So I do very sparingly use my lasers because most of the work that lasers do today my tissue nutrition is doing. But one area which we cannot work with is that unwanted hair on the body, especially women. But we see today even teenagers, boys, they are very uncomfortable with the underarm hair, sweating, the smell and all these things. They go for permanent hair reduction by lasers. So today these lasers are given to spas, beauty parlors and people, they are given offers at 80,000, 90,000 whole body. And we have also seen people where they have come with complications, not done properly, or it is underperformed, and even after 6 sittings they have a lot of growth. So they say you need top-up sitting and they make up that money. That is how they kind of deviate patients and make money out of it, whereas it has to be done by the qualified doctors. Laser machines are not something that you have to play with. It is a technician who can do, you just fire on the body. But the settings of the machine has to be done by the person who has proper knowledge of science and the science behind lasers. So here previously we used to do it at 2.5 lakhs. Now we have come with an offer where complete body we do at 1.5 lakhs, 6 sittings. So you should understand, just to quote, if somebody has to do a underarm, one side we charge 4,000 rupees. So double side it becomes 8,000 and into 8 sittings. Just calculate if you are doing for the whole body. Because when a laser is performed, one shot cost, it's a per shot cost. So here we are doing complete body at this price. If they take a package for 6 sittings only, then we can offer this. So this is there, any teenage children or anybody who wants to take, it need not be the whole body. This is something I wanted to bring some understanding that there's something else also that we do in this clinic. So that is what it is. So anybody who wants any spot that has to be worked on, we do. But this package comes for a whole body. Generally, a lot of youngsters take up, especially swimmers. So they're not very comfortable. Every time you have to take care of the body hair, when they have to wear a swimsuit. This will be very, very useful. Once they are done with it. Thank you.
These are not common offerings which we come across. We have coconut oil, groundnut oil, laddu. Suddenly we have something like this. So it's an opportunity. Most important thing here is how are you tuning your mind when you are listening. The success of anybody talking is in the power of listening, not in the power of talking. You have to tune yourself to listen the way you want to. That's what we discussed once. I was explaining about Fourier transform. Fourier transform means you must apply your mind to filter what you don't want and what you want and enhance what you want the way you want. If you do it, there is no problem. So please look at such opportunities. Always remember, business is always comma. There is no full stop in business. Don't come to any judgment. None of us were born with anything like that. It is just incidental we are passing through this journey. You can change the route anytime. As long as you focus on business, I'm sure you will look at opportunity. So don't make yourself helpless by waiting for that opportunity which suits you. Instead, learn to convert any opportunity to suit you. Or change yourself to suit that opportunity. This is what we need to do. Manjula has not come. Manjula is running a cafe called 11 Jayanagar Cafe. I want to seriously listen.
11 BC.
Yeah, 11 BC. Yeah, 11 BC. So she has put this in the posting, so I just thought you should do it. My request is, please visit this place at least. It's a phenomenal 3-story building. There are a lot of products which are being launched there. There are a lot of space which is available for people who want to have startup offices or businesses. There is also an auditorium in case you want to conduct any meetings. There is also a cafe outside. And also in the evening you can see a coffee day. And when we all go to coffee day, I always think, why go to coffee day? They are already successful. Let us make Manjula another coffee day, correct? That is how we should think. Not go at the same time. Everybody goes that path. No, what is the problem? Let us do something here. The nearest you should do is visit this place and see what you can benefit out of this. Or think of what opportunities we can do. Maybe we can run a mini Apna over there also, because it's a facility available. All that we need to do is look from how we can benefit. People coming all the way from Jayanagar, etc. We could also look at a different opportunity. Not only this, any opportunity, just throwing it open for you to think. Anup Nagarajan wanted to talk about his program, so he wanted 10 minutes, sir. You are Anup?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Not ready?
No, I'm okay. Good morning. Good morning. I just wanted to, what I wanted to say is on the 16th of April, I became a member. This is my 4th meeting. And within this short duration of time, I thought that I just wanted to share this. Perhaps most of you all have seen me that I work alone. Yes, that is true. And I don't live here, I live in a different country. What I wanted to share is that in this 1 month, to be very honest with you all, I made about 15.5 lakhs from Apna.
Please give me some.
I mean, honestly speaking, how I made this is that I've been talking to a lot of people. Yes, one or two deals did not come through, or it is still there. I have taken things that most people couldn't even do it or think about it. We had contact from someone who's in Mysore, one of our members as well, and he wanted something to be done. Yes, it was already done. What makes me to think like that is I do have a design thinking and a 10 to the power of X thinking that runs. As I'm constantly saying is that I don't look into the soft skills part of it, but I only work on numbers. So perhaps Ram Kumar should be knowing that many a time whenever we have a WhatsApp chat in terms of which stock will go up and where it is going to park and what exactly would it happen as well. And very interestingly, I had to take a decision on Saturday whether to come to the business conclave where both Sri Kumar and Sam invited me when I was in Indonesia and Bali about 2 weeks back. And I had an opportunity to say either I have to go to the business conclave or go to a business meeting, which is in Mysore. So I decided to go to a business meeting. But as a matter of fact, I missed the business conclave, and that is what everyone thinks about it. But yesterday I met Ram Anand, and I'm now launching his books itself in Singapore. Half an hour of a time. So what I'm doing is that when I say guaranteed results is that just like how Nathan sir and also, everyone are speaking about it here, even Mr. Shankran sir is also saying about it, I concentrate on what is the end result. Right, even Mr. Manohar as well, when he spoke about the hard water, I could see a possibility where in which part of the world it can be done. And alone if I can raise about 15 lakhs, to be very honest, that's about $32,000 in less, and that is not a gross income, that has been a net income. I think that's a decent figure probably. All of us here can definitely scale it up to 10 to the power X. I was just talking to Lakshadipati as well today, and then I said, why do you want to put Tycoon India in India alone? Why don't you do Tycoon in Singapore? Why don't you do Tycoon Malaysia? Why don't you do Tycoon Vietnam? He said that, no, capital is a big thing. I said, no, capital is not a big thing. Forget about the capital. It is the idea which is a big thing. Idea is the biggest problem. So the guaranteed results that what we do have is in the month of June, we are planning to come out with 2-day kind of a workshop with opportunity matrix, identifying stakeholders and how exactly it can be converted. We don't even have time to say on these 2-day workshop to say hello to each other. We will have design artists who will be sitting down and collecting all your ideas and putting it from an abstract to a concrete. Words are very abstract. Yes, we do use words like management, detachment, attachments. They are all very, very, very abstract words. But however, in a concrete word, I take one thing, time as an essence in terms of driving it. That's what I want to share with everybody. Because if I have 10 years down the line, I just have 120 months, which is like 3,600 days. And if I'm alive for 8 hours, that amounts to about 19,600 hours. That divided by 30 days is still not 10 years. It is about 3.5 years. So I magnify it at every opportunity, at every person that I do see. And that's the way how I'm going about it. So in association with Apna, we are coming out with an enhanced version of the strategic management than what we did. The initial 3 hours of the workshop, if you remember, most of you already read it. So that is like 2 days we are planning to do it, which can definitely give you guaranteed results, which can bring in about at least 30 to 40 clients. and we are bringing in a few. I'm bringing in a few data mining guys who can sit and work on the data to tell you where exactly you should be heading as far as business is concerned. Because as all of us are thinking now, there is someone who would like to buy white coffee. There is someone who would like to buy, Renu's, the laser therapy that she's talking about. There are 10 guys who would like to have this massage, but we do not know where they are. So when we look at the data in a much, much more enlarged way, we can certainly do it. So that is all what I wanted to share with you. Any questions if you do have? Did say that. Any questions do you have? I've got about 2-3 minutes, I can answer.
So the 2 days, what is the 2 days about? I mean, what's
okay,
what
the
do you
2-day
plan?
thing, I will be sending it individually, we'll be putting it on the WhatsApp groups very shortly from now, which will have a detailed version, and that's got an hour by hour kind of an understanding, which says that first hour is what we will do, second hour what we will do, what is the result as a matter of, we do this. In the Blue Ocean strategy, where exactly we will be taking, why do we have these design artists who sit on, or the sketch artists who sit on? How do they capitalize all your ideas and they put it across on writing or rather than drawing? I remember the first time I came in here, the board was here, and then we had the elephant being drawn here. And I still remember that Mr. Nathan did hold that for the next meeting and said, we have not completed. That was on the 23rd of April, to be very precise, at about 8:30 in the morning. So I'll send you these details. You will come to know about things. Sorry.
Dates.
Precisely around the 23rd, 24th of June, which happens to fall down on my birthday, so that I get more money. No, I'm kidding around, don't worry. It's around the 23rd, 24th of June, round about the weekend, sir. Yes.
Longest day.
The
Longest day.
Longest day.
Are we looking at opportunities local or international?
Both. Yeah. We don't look at it, we think local, but we act global. So that's it.
Depending upon the business and the
Irrespective of any business idea, business way of doing it, as he said that even if somebody is doing nothing, it's a nice movie for about 2 days. I can guarantee you. Anything else, please?
charges?
Charges, I think they will discuss with you. Will not be too much. Certainly, coming in from our bank, it will not be in dollars. It will definitely be. And not even in the Indonesian rupiah. Okay. Because there in Indonesia, people do ask me, they say, oh, we have millionaires. And I always tell them, yeah, I'm a millionaire in Indonesia. Because $100 is like 1 million rupiah, or 5,000 rupees. So we deal with 10 million, 20 million, sometimes it's even a billion. Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your. I'll see you.
I hail from Coimbatore, so I have alternate ways of making money. So we can give you some new currency also.
You know that?
Sir, and I'm your friend.
I got it.
Coimbatore Krishnan.
Oh, really?
I am not business.
Here, lot of people are farm. He was a counterfeit printer in Coimbatore somewhere in 50s, 60s.
We move on. Coming back to Dattatri's program, we had announced a 100 rupee scheme. Last week, Satish Kota gave a beautiful idea, and not only idea, he also took it up to implementation. So I thought it's my duty to give him this. Please come, sir. Please explain yourself. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. My name is Satish Kota and I'm a media man. So I run an online news portal called Varta Mitra, Kannada news portal, which has access across the state. We have coordinators in every district of Karnataka, which says we have 30 coordinators or journalists who in turn generate news. And the specialty of Varta Mitra, because it is digital, we can generate news from any part and then deliver news to that same part or any other part. So a person who is in a particular district like Bidar, he will be able to read news of that district along with reading news of other districts. However, transforming that into business, we are talking about generating ads from the same district and delivering ads to the same district, which gives us a big set of, as he says, there's a huge data set that's available, about 4 crore people information data we have, which can be utilized to deliver ads and information to the people. So the ads can either be directly as ads or in terms of advertorials, writing articles about your business, about yourself, about a subject that you are expert with, or even writing about any particular event or any activity that you do. So keeping this in mind, I open the world of imagination to all you people to say how you can utilize a media like us to publish more information. And let's understand one thing, that when you talk about yourself, it is branding. When we talk about you, it is credibility. So we help you improve your credibility and help you target the audience that you want to reach. With that, I will close myself, and I also wanted to indicate, as Nathan sir mentioned, we are going to be media partners to Kala Sambrama, and with that, we are also going to offer every person who is going to put up a stall of media coverage too. So it's not only what to do with those 3 days, let's also open your minds and see how you can utilize your visibility in Varta Mitra too. So we talk about 3 days of coverage and enormous coverage across the internet, which we can take it up anyway and anyhow. Okay. So we are talking about the nitty-gritties over a period of time. Possibly by next week, I'll also give you what is that you get extra from Varta Mitra when you take up a stall in Kala. Right? Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. This additional incentive for people who take up stalls. But please don't just look at Kala Sambrama. That's only an event. I'm sure each of you should throw some events as we move on, and for each of these events, we have people to support. So already you see we have a lot of people coming up with ideas. That's the advantage of starting very early and thinking. And I'm sure by the time we reach February, we will come with some very, very brilliant ideas. Let me move on. I have also been doing a lot of research about the various people who are coming here regularly, irregularly, once in a while, rarely, and what work they are doing. Based on all this, I have already categorized a few action items, and I am happy to inform you that we can say that cultural aspect is well understood, and we have also started initiating actions with the defined groups. I am sure many of you here are part of some groups already, and some more groups are getting. There is no publicity for this. We silently work and work and work and act. This meeting is only a forum for show of strength. All of you sitting here, you get a feeling here we are part of the community. But the real business happens when we work. That cannot happen in a meeting because there are so many people. You get 1 minute, what you can tell. We start working with people. Sorry. So we have a 1 crore club. We have a lot of people with, like Anup was talking of guaranteed reserve, Sri Kumar talks of doubling. So I thought, let me prepare the ground for them. So let's get people here, take them to 1 crore. People are already at 1 crore, thank you. We'll look at another club. Or you can look at your 1 crore. Once you reach that, then you can look at Sri Kumar and others to scale up. So you are being made ready. So like that we are thinking of various things. We also had a meeting yesterday to look at a redefinition of digital marketing. There are about 9 or 10 people representing digital marketing. So we thought we'll do a real good redefinition of service related to digital marketing and see how marketing is more important than digital marketing, correct? Why are you sticking to digital marketing? You must be sticking to marketing first. And that digital marketing is a tool. So we are losing business because we are sticking to digital marketing. We thought we will get those businesses to start working. Many more things will follow. This is not for publicity. People who are part of the group will know what I am talking about. And over a period of time, I will cover everybody. All of you will be in something or other, will be actively working. So much so that this meeting will be only a pleasure to say hello. Now, I don't want to take much time as we want to move towards the presentation of various people. Just a few things before you forget. Apna is a movement, it's not a network. Please don't compare this with the networks. This is a movement. I am looking for people who align with passion to such an extent that we can create wealth. Create wealth at will, that's very important. By fluke, we can always create wealth. Some people are plain lucky. You must have the ability to create wealth and destroy wealth also. And I will assure you, it's not easy to destroy wealth. Trying to lose 10,000 rupees in your business, it's not very easy. Same way, earning is also not very easy. So, Apnaism is a religion. That's what we want to say. And our religion is business. In this group, don't waste your energy. That's why I even say in ABN, WhatsApp, don't waste your time. Advertising your ignorance. This is what is my problem. You only start putting things which make sense. One word, if you put it, it must be gold. That's the kind of thinking we should think of. Otherwise, we will be branded as yet another WhatsApp group where we forward various, good morning messages and some 1943 messages. So, use this platform very well because this itself is an opportunity. Let's not waste it. So, it's a wealth, and the most important thing in wealth is definition of wealth. For some people, wealth is money. For many people, wealth is not money. Money is also wealth. There are other things. Resources is a wealth. Customers is a wealth. Contacts is a wealth. Abilities are wealth. Wealth generators are wealth. If you know wealth generators, you can generate wealth anytime. Switch off, switch on, correct? If you don't have any wealth generator with you.
Even the suppliers are wealth.
Could be, yes. Suppliers are wealth. So definition of wealth and wealth generator. That is what we are talking of. I am trying to focus on each person's ability and see what is the wealth generator. And once you know this very well, real wealth is generated when you know when to encash your wealth generator. And that is at will. You first define your wealth generator, and then real wealth you can generate anytime. And this is the strength. Sometimes holding a wealth generator is better because when you encash it today, you may encash it for 10,000 rupees. But if you hold it well, you can encash it for 1 crore also. At the appropriate time, position. That is what is the power of Apna. Astutely position natural abilities. Apna stands for this. I repeating it every time because I always believe a set of communication put in one form will hit somebody at some time in some manner and propel them to act. All the others will wait. Keep on doing it. At one point, somebody will realize, oh, this is what it is. Sometime back, I met one guy in Frankfurt airport. He was long back attended some session. He said, Mr. Nathan, you do not know me, you may not remember. But what you told that many years ago, now only I realized what is the value. I don't know. He was trying to give credit or not, but sometimes you realize certain things at different time. And I am sure each of you can do the same thing to others. So I leave it here. Please don't waste your time. Please don't waste your resources. Please don't think the million monkey theory will work. What is the million monkey theory? I'll be here also, I'll be there also, I'll be that network and this one everywhere. Something will happen. This is a million monkey story. Instead, commit yourself to one thing. Stick to it. Develop yourself. This is standard management. And whatever you want to do can be done. So let me hold Apnaism here. We will start the presentations from various members. Just to break the monotony, we'll also intersperse it with some introductions. So we'll start with 1 or 2 introductions of visitors now, then we will go with presentation, then again, like that we will take the stuff. So maybe we can start with Srinivasa and Ranjini.
And Dr. Vijay, he's my
Oh, Dr. Vijay, yeah, okay.
Dr. Vijay.
I saw your profile, sir, stem cell and all that. Wonderful. Congratulations. We are very happy to have you here. Maybe all that.
We are the different business.
Yeah, each one separately.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Srinivasan from Chennai. So we been here to meet Mr. Shankar and Nathan sir, and happen to meet 50 plus enthusiastic entrepreneurs. We are happy, and I'm in your group, WhatsApp group. I'm watching all the postings, but I happen to see Mr. Sri Kumar in person today. The plan was to meet him today. That was an agenda today we planned. So I'm into HR services and business process value engineering we do for MSMEs. Initially, the first job given to us from Dr. Vijay Kumar, who was a master franchisee for preschool in Chennai. For Tamil Nadu, he was developing the preschool. It was 12 years before. He was the first customer or client for me. So I walked into a lot of people's, business centers and their personal place to discuss about this preschool concept. And we were able to do some decent business on that. And we do business process value engineering for small and medium enterprises who owns a business in his head, not in the paper, not in the process, not in the system, nothing. It is because accidentally he has come as a businessman, or no other job is got into the place, he started a business. So where we play our role is to help them systemize, put it in records, convert into numbers, give them a report format, make them to understand after some time where you started, where you are. With a very, very minimal cost, we are working as a passion, myself, my wife, my father-in-law. So this is our team, and we hire people based on the requirements. We work across Tamil Nadu. We visit Coimbatore, we visit Trichy to do all these services. Also, we do recruitment. So this is about me. My company name is Tejomaya Management Consultants. So I am in your WhatsApp group. I am Srinivasan. So you can ping me anything you wanted in Chennai. Ready to help for.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Vijay actually. This was, because of my long back, going back 12 years. Basically, I'm a scientist. My field of expertise is, in stem cells, where we do cardiac tissue engineering. So I was completely based in Germany, and that's how we first came together. My interest was also, giving something back to the society. So I was completely based outside for almost 20 years, and I wanted to start something very early. So that's why I picked the preschool network, because that's where you can bring in some changes, or you can contribute to the society, and that's where we join hands. Yeah. And so I've been running this for now 12 years, still running. I was running only on phone, to be very frank. So I had my own team set up in Chennai, and we could expand it, and still I'm sticking with my own little, preschool unit, and I'm supporting till date. So that was towards my passion. So my real field is, of course, biomedical sciences, and I came back to India recently, a couple of years ago, and I'm working on a few startups. So one is, we are setting up a research and development laboratory in Bangalore. That's the work going on at the moment in collaboration with IISc Institute of Science. So I'm also alumni of Institute of Science. So we are setting up a lab in collaboration where we are going to develop some IoT products. Suppose like, blood glucose meter or cholesterol meter, or various kinds of biosensors. And in the future, of course, I want to also work with various laboratories outside India to develop stem cell related products. I mean, this is also one of my vision. Both me and my wife, we have a long experience in this particular field. So we want to, somehow use this expertise in developing, and I want to start this here in India, which is a very tough job, to be very frank, because of various expertises that is not available, and also because of various resources, that are unavailable. So it's very difficult to pull, but I'm determined to start something here. That's the reason why I choose to initiate this particular project, and hopefully in a couple of months we'll be launching this in Bangalore. But right from the beginning, even though I'm a scientist, I was always an entrepreneur. So one was, even though I was not in India, I decided to start something in Chennai, and I've been pretty successful at running it and managing it. And so my brother, he's in the field of food and governments, basically. I'm not sure how many people have heard of Leon Grill, so which is quite growing in Bangalore. He came back from UK 3 years ago, and he started his venture, and within a very short period of time they have formed 10 branches in Bangalore. So right now my interest is also to help build certain other brands in the food industry, where of course we want to be able to grow as a brand and make our presence felt in this particular industry as well. So this is my brief little profile. So I'm pretty new in India, and absolutely literally completely new in Bangalore. So I had to use a GPS to really reach here this morning. But I was very excited to see there is such a group existing. With a lot of entrepreneurs. Once I was told that there are 50 to 60, I said, wow, that's quite some big group. So I really wish and hope that I can contribute or I can be useful in this group once I become part of it, and hopefully there will be opportunities where we can join hands and forge some collaborations together.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I am Ranjini, and I am a software engineer by qualification. I live in Chennai for the last 10 years. I am a Malayali by background. I am married to a Marathi, born and brought up in North India, and we are settled in Chennai. So that's how it is. Yeah. And I quit my job 3 years back to start a preschool, because that entrepreneur bug was hidden, and I want to do something in the field of education, because my education, training and development is a passion in me, so that I chose that field. And my husband, he belongs to a tribal community in Maharashtra. He's a doctor, he's a dermatologist, and he's taking care of Vijay's father also. Yeah, that's how we are closely connected. And my vision is ultimately about, I have 2 schools in Chennai. I am working on 2 more, which is one in Kanyakumari and one in Nagpur. So building business, building brand, that's where the passion is growing. And thankfully I met Mr. Srinivasan, and this further more development will happen. Whatever work I'm doing and services. And my ultimate goal is to contribute to the tribal community that I'm married to. And when I walked into that rural India, I'm a very much a city girl. And I can, being a daughter-in-law of that community, it's very different. So as long as I live, I really want to contribute remarkable in that community. So that's where I'm heading to in terms of health, my husband being a doctor, and in terms of education. These are very critical areas for a human being. And it's, what to say, for me it's like no compromise on quality, and especially in this area. Everybody should be equal. So that's where my vision stands. I'm working towards it. I'm very happy to be part of this group, and I'm getting an opportunity to share. Thank you so much.
Let us lighten the room. He was referring to his wife. And she was referring to her husband. At one point I thought all are in this room only. So now we have to find the Bermuda Triangle. Okay. Now let's go with a little bit of members' presentation. Are you ready? Yeah. Subramania will be the first presentation today. Again, we'll follow with some more first-time visitors. Then go to the other two presentations.
Good morning, all of you. For the new members or people who come first time, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Subramanian. 2.5 years back, I was introduced to this group as an engineering consultant because of the background of running my own industry for 30 years. And incidentally, I was learning yoga and became a yoga teacher, and I'm fast growing into yoga teacher now. And very soon it will become my full-time profession also. So a small request, let us all become aware and cheerful. I would request all of you to clap your hands loudly. One more clap, follow me like this. Say, ha, 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 ha. All of you. Thank you very much. See, laughter, we start a very light note. When you laugh, with reason when you laugh, lot of positive chemical changes happen in the body. And in the next contest when she gets the chance, I request Dr. Manirendu to explain on this. He will do a very good job. What is the effect of laughter on the body? But the beauty is you can cheat your body. Even without reason when you laugh, the same thing happens. So you should laugh. As much as possible you should laugh. See, we see people, many people think that no, if you laugh, things will not happen. Especially I see many offices, boss putting a grim face always, keeping stiff. Doesn't he thinks, they think if you laugh, people take him for a ride. They think he's very easy go man. Even house also, the guy will enter the house with a stiff face, only asking questions whether he did the homework, wife will be afraid or husband will be afraid, kids will go to some corner and hide. Not at all correct. So we should learn to laugh. And coming back, what is actually yoga? Many of us think, even I was thinking when years back, yoga means only a set of physical exercises to keep trim or lose weight or be healthy, like that. It took 14 years for me to understand what is actually yoga. And I fortunately happened to meet some very good teachers with whom I learned yoga in a very holistic way with the real meaning of what is yoga. And I was exposed to Chinmaya Mission and taking the study of all the scriptures. Then I went to SVSI University, did some courses. Yoga is not a set of physical exercises alone. Yoga is not something part-time. Yoga is not a religion. And yoga does not belong to any religion. No religion can claim that yoga belongs to us. Yoga is a way of life. And yoga is not a choice. From the age of 60 to age of 60 or 80, anybody can start yoga anytime. And yoga is a must. it is a way of life. I repeat, yoga is not a choice. Now coming back, what is that yoga? It's a very subtle subject, but I would like to put things in a short time, in a very simple manner. And if anybody doesn't understand, I really apologize. I am not able to put it that simple. Yoga comes from the root word, Sanskrit word yuj, which means unite. Yoga unites something. Yoga unites what? Yoga unites the seeker with the sought. All of us have one thing in common. We all want happiness, peace, and prosperity. There is no difference. No one in this room will not agree with me. All of us want happiness, peace, and prosperity. But unknowingly that we are the very source of this, we seek this outside. Days, years, births, we seek it outside. We don't get it. By nature, we are infinitely happy. By nature, we are infinitely peace. Without knowing this, by adding any amount of finite thing, a finite thing can never become infinite. So apparently, we feel that I did this, I am not happy. I did this, I am not satisfied. So the journey goes on and on and on. We buy a ticket from Delhi. We want Madras. We go to, we say Chennai. We want to go to Delhi. And only when you reach Delhi, the destination, the journey is complete and you reach the goal. If you are not aware of that, if you are not clear of the goal, what will be? We will be going in circles only again and again. We will never reach the destination. Yoga takes us to the destination. And what is the destination? Let us all, I will give a small example which many of the gurus take from the day-to-day example to understand a very subtle concept. Say in this room itself, say light is there, fan is there, air conditioner is there. One thing which is common for all this is electricity. Electricity makes the light to function, make the fan to function, make the air conditioner to function. So electricity is equal to what is called the spirit in us. The electricity is common. We cannot see. In the absence of electricity, the fan will remain stationary for hundreds of years. So the spirit is common. The electricity is common in terms which we cannot see. But without the electricity, the equipments cannot function. The fan, the light, air conditioner, everything is dependent on electricity, but electricity does not depend on them for the existence. We are a combination of spirit and matter. Matter being the body-mind complex, spirit, different names are called. Vedas call it Atman, Brahman, consciousness, God, any name we can call, but we are the combination of spirit and matter. Like this is a combination of electricity and equipment. We are the combination of spirit and matter. In that, wrongly, ages after ages, birth after birth, wrongly we have identified ourselves, the body and mind. We think I am the body, I am the mind, which is the reason for suffering, which is what is called as bondage or samsara. Samsara is not to be understood as getting married, struggling with a spouse, struggling with children, trying to raise a family. That is not samsara. Samsara is the feeling that something which I do will make me happy, and always that bond, that is called samsara, that is called bondage. And the freedom is irrespective of anything, I am happy. Let's take a small example. We never have the habit of counting our blessings. We always count 99 things good to happen. I have seen in families, so many good things will happen. Everybody will be healthy and people would have got good marks, promotion, everything. One small thing. Guy would have gone to America, H1B visa is held. That's how the whole pile of bloom comes in the family. As though H1B visa is the end of life. We do not count them. If you count the blessings, plenty of things are there to be happy, but we catch that one thing which has gone away from and feel sad. So that is samsara. And I am, irrespective of whatever happens, I am happy, I am here, I am peaceful, I am at peace, I am cheerful. Yoga takes us to this step. And whatever I have learned like this, because as we see in the Patanjali scheme of yoga, which is the origin of all yoga study, Ashta Anga Yoga is called 8-step yoga. This asana is only the 3rd step. It says yama, the do's. Get prepared for that. First, niyama, but all the don't. We all know this. No need to, any human being knows. I don't want somebody to do me what I don't want to do. very simple to understand. Yama, niyama, the do's and don'ts. The third step only is put as asana. That is to make the body fit. Then he comes pranayama. That is breath control. Then pratyahara, control of sense organs. Then comes dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So in the 8th step, he takes us to what I call as moksha. That is moksha. Moksha is what again wrongly understood. Wearing off your robe, leaving the family, running to some far off place, sitting in solitude. Moksha is a feeling, because a brahmachari, a grihastha, anybody can be a sannyasi. Sannyasi is the one who feels that his happiness does not depend on the external circumstance, because he has understood. When I understand myself as that I am the spirit, the body and mind are only the vehicles which are used to function, transact in this world because of the spirit. So that yoga takes us to that step, and many of us have understood, that, including myself, that yoga means what? Move the hands and legs for 1 hour. That is not yoga. And I have not, fortunately, I got very good teachers to learn yoga in the proper perspective. So whatever I learned, even today I am learning, I am appearing for an exam on June 10th, because I feel when the learning stops, the teacher can no more be a teacher. The teacher can be a teacher only as far as when learning continues. When the learning stops, the life ends. When the learning stops, there is no meaning for the life. So I continue to learn, and my mission is whatever I learned, because more importantly, I took to teaching, because when you commit to teach, only you learn more. So that's one of the reasons I took to teaching. And second is, when you commit to teach, you will be punctual and you will be committed, and you will be you would like to share whatever you learned with others. And to conclude, this is what is the journey I have taken. So I want to impart this to many people, not only thinking that yoga is a mere physical exercise. Yoga takes us to these steps. So it takes many months or years to this, but the journey should not stop. Yoga is the one which ultimately makes us to feel what I am. So that is what into I am. So I really thank Mr. Nathan sir. He gave me the opportunity to take 2 days class in a year, in a week, and Takshana Ayurveda started taking classes now. So I think many more opportunities are lying ahead. Thank you very much.
Anything you want to discuss quickly, 2-3 minutes? Yes.
So I just have one question.
Yes.
Regarding laughter. Do we have to sit down while laughing, or can we stand and laugh?
No, you can stand and laugh also. You can stand and
I
laugh.
have a good friend of mine who's going to most of the time.
No, you can stand or stand.
That is only for eating.
Anytime you can.
Anything else quickly? Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Let's do what we can to promote this concept. As he said, this is not a religious thing. It's purely for body and mind. Anybody can do in any form they want. You can consult him separately. So let me take a little more introduction, then we'll go to the next presentation. Vidya Sashi and Raj. Together? You are not coming. Please come with us.
You can go by that way.
Good morning all. My name is Vidya Shastri, and I represent a company called Far-Fetched Facility Services. And we are into facility management services. We provide security guard services, housekeeping services, laborers. We can provide you with all unskilled and skilled laborers. And I personally have around 15+ years in this line, and very well versed with all the labor laws and the workings of the governments, and we implement all these statutory requirements. And we work on a system, and we are so equipped that we can prepare a tailor-made system for each and every company wherein we provide the services. And when it comes to the housekeeping services, we know right from A to Z whatever is required. we do that. And we have another section also wherein we do placements of all the blue collar job and grey collar job people. And we are slowly diverting into placing the people for all softwares and accountants, administration and all these type of things. Thank you.
Raj, you want to? Let's go to the next presentation, Akshay. You can be the last. Take the rest of the. So we have the second presentation from our member, Akshay.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Akshay. I represent a company called Twatch. So I have a small presentation here which says why we do what we are doing, how we do it, and how we want to continue with what we are doing. So till the slide presentation continues or gets on, I'd just like to, just run through what was there in the presentation. So we all know who the person here on the screen is, right? Mark Zuckerberg. Technically the founder of Facebook, but if we go deep, he's a person who knows about our lives more than what we do ourselves, right? So this is the first context wherein he handles most of his town halls. This is the kind of attire he goes with. A casual t-shirt, a normal jean, and maybe a casual shoe. This is the first context. Now context number two. There are certain situations where even Mark Zuckerberg has to get done with his casual attire and get to his formals. For example, recently when he was summoned by the court related to data leak in Cambridge Analytica thing, he was in his formals. So now, moving on to the next slide. So what does it say? It says that all of us, however comfortable with whatever we are doing, there are situations and there is something wherein we have to get out of our comfort zone to do something to be at that situation. So in here, so what I'm trying to say is, so say Mark Zuckerberg at that moment, in his formal attire, say had to carry a bag of his documents. Would it be good if he carry a plastic cover, like in the first image? Imagine carrying all his documents in a plastic cover and going to the court. Not happening. The second context, maybe a bag, a cotton bag, with all these floral elements onto it. How would it look? Suit, formal shoes, floral bag. Mismatch. Third situation, a suave, a professional bag. This is what suits him, right? Agree or disagree?
Agree.
So this is what is required. So we are in the business of value creation. That's why we say impression holds the key. So we as a fashion brand, we are an accessory brand, wherein we make sure that we create value in whatever we do. So impression is a very important thing. How we present ourselves in a particular situation. We may or may not realize, but people are looking at us consciously or subconsciously, are continuously judging the way we are. So what do we, at Twatch, what we do is show and solve. So fashion business is always considered to be a show business, right? So we are trying to break the monotony and getting into something called solve. Solve is where we are solving a particular problem, where we are developing products to solve a particular problem to make life more easy. So this is a problem statement where we all use backpacks, right? I'm sure most of us have a backpack right now. Say we are in a meeting. Say we go to meet our clients. There is something we need to pick out of bags. So what do? maybe what we want is at the bottom of the bag. What do? Or we have to still dig in to get something. Doesn't create a great impression. So that's the first side. That's a normal laptop bag. Say a person who's traveling to a different city for a day or two, has his laptop, has his clothes, everything. So this is how it looks if he's carrying the same bag. The second situation and the third situation is the normal top loader bag. Top loader is what we all use. The zipper opens halfway and then we dig in for our stuff. So this is the common problem statement that everybody, most of us face. So here we've come up with a product which is called Zingaro. So what is Zingaro? Zingaro means a gypsy or a multitasker. We all are an urban gypsy. We do hundreds of things on a single day. So Zingaro is for the multitasker. It comes with 30 power pack features. So this is a design which is waiting to be patented, designed by our own design house. So I have the product for the demo. I'll just show you some of its features right now. So as I said, top loader is a big problem wherein you need to keep searching. So we've designed something called a panel loader. Panel loader is something which opens 180 degrees, makes it easy. So say, on the first situation, say you're on a 2-day, 3-night trip. You need not carry a lot of things. So we have a 3.5-inch deep clothing compartment wherein all your clothes can be placed comfortably in here. And it has something which can cover so that even if you open this compartment, there's nothing which can be seen. You don't want your clothes to be seen when you open your bag for something, right? So we have this cover which covers that. We have a lot of utilities inside for your other things. And we have a compartment for your dirty clothes. So when you're out, you don't want it to get mixed with your fresh clothes. We have a detachable soil clothes compartment. You can just take it out of the hook, keep it on your, put it onto your knob or keep it separately. And probably when you're returning, you can just place it in here, fix it back. And then there's a second compartment which is an electronic section. Okay. So this has a laptop, a tab sleeve, a charger pocket. We've not missed out dongle. Jio is advertising a lot. I'm sure all of us have a dongle. So we have a dongle pocket, we have a pen drive pocket, we have pockets for pens, we have a deep pocket for documents here. So this is the entire electronic section. Then a typical problem that most of us face, or particularly what I have faced, is my passport and my boarding pass, especially when I'm traveling outside. So we have a secret compartment here, a pocket, which is always held against my back. So my pocket, my passport and boarding pass is always secure. We have a trolley flap, which can just go onto your bigger trolley bag. You can just insert it and then pull it along. And we have two utility compartments. One is just, this is the one which has a card holder inside. You can place your your visiting and debit and credit cards. We have a key dog hook. We just have a quick slip-in pocket. And the most important, so most of the bags have a shoe pouch, but it somehow gets into the way of what the other things that we have in the bag, which either takes up more space, or most of us don't like the shoe to be mixed up with our other stuff. So this we have a shoe compartment which opens up. And then the shoe is outside, not mixed with any other thing. So you can have it here, and when you're not using your shoe, you could always compress it back and then zip it up.
Have you got some for selling here?
These are for pre-orders. And one thing, so most of us while traveling have a habit to listening to music. So we have our headphones which we don't want to be lying outside when we are not using it. So we have a headphone pocket as well, which can fit in a Panasonic or a Sony standard size headphones. That's that. And finally, we don't want you to take out your gadgets while you are charging it. So we have an opening here, which can just about put your laptop charger. Your laptop can still stay inside. The charger gets in. You can plug it in and then charge it without taking your gadgets outside. So these are the features of the bag. It's coming in as a pre-order, launching next week on a crowdfunding platform in India. It's called Fuel a Dream. So that's the retail side of it. But anything on the volume or the wholesale side, we are ready to talk about the transfer pricing for that, so that we can work out with everybody. And also we have a special Apna price, so that we can start taking pre-orders from the next week, and we can start taking pre-orders right now, and it'll be delivered in like 10 to 15 days time.
So what is the retail?
We can discuss it because it has three slabs. It has a super early bird price, an early bird price, and an MRP. So based on when you book your bag, the price will be super early bird price is 2,200.
Do you have any extra comments to keep
Take the list. Yeah, we have two colors. So this is a trial piece, which we have just taken out to test it. It's been not tested. It's been tested for load, stress, sunlight, water, and on all the print. So the actual piece will be out not more than 2 to 3 days. It comes in two colors. One is a black and neon, and the other is a grey and neon.
So anything trendy, like for girls?
Pardon?
Trendy colors.
Yeah, black and neon. So you're a professional, moving most clients, right? So black and neon is a.
No, I'm just thinking if I'm going for a trekking, instead of wearing that, something creative can be.
No, you have not seen the other thing. Just now you came in. Something phenomenal. It's completely different.
That goes with shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get a black shoe, black bag, neon nail polish, neon handle with black.
But neon lipstick doesn't suit the bag.
On the last feature I forgot is you could, this has a detachable strap. You could, fix it through the slot, put it back in here, and use it also as a messenger bag.
Wow.
So you don't have to use it as a backpack.
These are real good creative work, and you should also know the process they have adopted to design this bag. It's not something which they did it in their laptop. They went out, met a lot of people, and really found out what the customer needs are. And based on that, this product has come. It's actually at a throwaway price. When you look at other branded products, a strong recommendation is each of us should take at least one. I have already placed an order for 10 numbers. I did place order. Please follow it up with financial commitment. And not only that, please look at business. You can buy 10 bags, but that is not his business. The real business will come when we can scale it up. For example, anybody who is interested in this product-based equity, you can invest. Let's say 2 lakhs, 1 lakh, you invest. And you will have a limited sale, let's say 1 crore up to that. Once a 1 crore sale is achieved, whatever your investment, you look at a returns for it. Or you can place an order for 1,000 numbers as a investor, salesperson, and then so don't just look at a lip service of buying a few products, that anyway we will do. But look at the business. This is the business model. Your product should become free by doing this way. So any of you who have some spare money, 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, you can invest. Of course, go through a proper legal process and invest. You need not invest in this company, but you can invest in this brand. And for a limited sale, make a document. When the sale is achieved, for this investment, this is the kind of return. Or come up with some creative scheme. But we need to support him, otherwise he cannot scale up. He will not have working capital. Banks will not give so easily. So we should all help in creating this, so much so that we create a unique brand of this product even globally. I don't see anything wrong in this product compared to what we are seeing elsewhere. So the commitment is not just buying the product, the commitment is to scale up the business, which is the opportunity. Any idea, anything you can discuss with Shankar and myself or him, and try to scale it up. That's what I want to tell you. We waste enough money in a number of things. but you can get a very good returns. Right? Thank you very much. From where you will get the money, Lata will tell you.
And how
before, at how? But before that, let's complete a fixed review. You're coming first time, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning. I am Raghavendra, representing Aditya Enterprises, invited by Mr. Sukumar. I am a trader of plywood, particle boards, and laminates. It's in Ring Road, opposite of Rashma Samadhi. The name called Aditya Enterprises. So I am doing the business with already Mr. Sukumar. We are trading particle boards of Action Tesa and the Century. And the plywood is called KDM, the brand name is. So anyone who wants the product, so please contact me. So I will have later. Thank you.
Saraswati madam.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Saraswati. I'm basically an arts postgraduate who is working as an HR for some time. For the past 1 year, I've been working for various reasons, for personal reasons that came up. And I was introduced to this forum by Ms. Lata Shubhakar when I met her the other day at the business conclave. So I'm looking forward to getting involved in some sort of engagement wherein I basically used to do a lot of documentation in the previous work where I was involved. So looking forward to taking something on that lines. Thank you.
This first time? Your first time?
Yeah, first time. Yeah, come.
NNCPL. What is that?
NNCPL.
What is
So you have to be more louder
Learn how to cheat for
Any first time visitors left out? Okay, if all first time is covered, let me just take 1 or 2 people who are not so common. Okay.
My name is Narendra. I had been a salesman all through my career process, and now of course I am engaged in selling activities of one of the Apna member here, Mr. Nilaka. I think I don't see him here today. This was an opportunity I got it through Apna. And in fact, it was a great opportunity I got to meet quite a few number of people and entrepreneurs. I think it was my pleasure and
Laddu.
Today it's bar, sir, not laddu.
Bar?
Sir.
No, please.
You come there.
No, I'm not asking you to give. Please talk about
There isn't enough to
That's a new project, you can explain.
Yes. I don't know where to start. This is surprise. Okay, my passion has always been to work with children. I'm Uma. Okay, I am in the process of starting a company called Vimana. V is for us, and Mana means In Polynesian, it means power, strength, energy. And that's where I got the name from. My passion has always been to work with children from the underprivileged background. I worked with them for almost 15 years. Then I went to study at Azikranji University. And then education wasn't my only passion. Nutrition became my passion. Because I believe health and education can have its impact only when there's proper nutrition. And I worked in another organization. I was a part of it. I was on the board, but I decided to move out because we started it as a social enterprise, but the social aspect was becoming lesser. And that was my passion. So now I'm going to set up an enterprise where there's going to be a nutrition bar meant for everyone, as Sir told me this morning. Okay, but the profit will go to help children in government schools. That is what I aim to do. This product will be about 15 rupees in the market, inclusive of everything. And I'm not looking at a profit margin at all. What I want to set up is an enterprise that will sustain itself and grow and meet the needs of many, many people. This bar has naturally 100% vegetarian, 100% natural, no artificial additives to it, has 5 grams of protein. And protein is something that each one of us need. In reality, if we see, Dr. Pani Renu will say, for every kg of our body weight, we need to eat 1 gram of protein. Even with all our planning everyday diet, we do not get that. If I'm 55 kgs, I need 55 grams of protein. And it's very difficult to get. I plan my meal in a week in advance for my family. I've got 3 children. And my oldest, all of them are, going towards 6. My oldest is 6'1". My second is close there. My daughter is about 5'9". Okay, so I planned their meals right from day one, where I make sure they get enough amount of protein, and still I know we don't get. And there's a Chinese study, if I'd come prepared, I would have showed you. There's a slide which says, if 75% of a poor person's energy comes from their basic staples, which is not enough, they need other things to make up. And so this is what I'm promoting as a better snack option. We all eat biscuits and chips when we are hungry. That is what easily we get. So I want to make this a snack that is available for people, where you get 5 grams of protein, 50% of iron and calcium what a child needs in a day. That will become what 1/3 of what an adult needs in a day. And this is millet based. It has soya in it, and a few other things to increase the flavor. So this is what I'm into. I'm in the process of setting up. I'm trusting God to provide everything that we need. And
please.
She's using this profit of it for a very good cause, and this is something morning I was talking to Mr. Shankar, and also the need for proteins and how less we get, all educated, well-to-do, and who have a lot of knowledge about nutrition, who are very conscious of health, still are undernourished because we don't get proper protein input. And the second one is protein absorption, that is with the tissue nutrition. So please support this. Let us all work towards bringing this to every school, making sure all of our children are carrying this. You really don't have to worry, since there is no synthetic material in that. You really don't have to worry when your child does not eat your food, when you're able to give such things. Let us talk this. Let us take it to more schools, colleges, and give lot of propaganda, because when I'm working on tissue nutrition, the major problem I see in the availability of proteins in the body, which has to be a continuous, regular thing for health. So let us make it a habit to use this on an everyday basis. Let us take it out to more and more number of schools and colleges, where, and if possible, if you have connect to canteens of schools and colleges, where a cup noodle is sold and everybody is buying that, or every child buys it. Let us make this product something that everybody you have 10-15 rupees, go and buy this only. Let us see how we can work along with that. I was also suggesting what we can add to make it more better, more palatable, more easily absorbable. So this is something I think all of us, though for all of us each other we have to hold hands for business, but this is something something very dear to my heart. So let us take this, because this contains, for especially vegetarians, class 1 proteins is very less, because that comes only from non-vegetarian source, and for vegetarian class 1 protein is only soya. So it is there in this. So let us work, and soya is not so easily digestible and absorbable. On a regular basis, a smaller quantity can add on to our body. So let us stand for this product and hold hands with it.
Many times I wonder what is the purpose of life and what is the real destiny that all of us join together like this. Consistent, 4 years we have always had this all full. We are very fortunate that we have beautiful people like Uma who have these wonderful dreams. We are really fortunate that we are able to hear these dreams. All that we have to do is take it a little step ahead. If we don't do it, then it's criminal. I don't think we have any excuse other than do a little bit by ourselves. And I'm sure a lot of more such brilliant people with beautiful dreams, with social commitments and excellent offerings will come this way. But unless, as they come and go through this journey, unless we add some value to it, I don't think the purpose of our life will be fulfilled. So I really pray that we have such wonderful opportunity and let's not waste. Thank you so much, and thanks for everybody else. Lata.
Good morning, Apnaites or Apna friends. My name is Lata Shubhakar. I have come here to talk to people on how to make you rich. There are only two choices. Choice number one, be born in a rich man's house. Choice number two, marry a rich girl whose father has so much money and she is the only daughter, so you will inherit everything. That's a joke. If both of these are not with you, then you need to listen to me. Before I start off my session, I just thought Kamath sir is here. We had promised that whatever business comes, I wanted to give this check through your hands. Sir, please, you have to not put the names.
Giving to whom?
To you, sir.
Oh.
Thank you for business effort, and we had decided.
Rich man, rich woman.
We had decided that whatever revenue shared with him is going to come to Apna to help.
Thanks.
So one of my favorite authors is Robert Kiyosaki, and he says that rich buy assets, the poor buy liabilities, and the middle class buy liabilities thinking they are assets. So I started my journey way back in 2001. I joined as an agent advisor with Max Life, and I keep studying this story that I've been one of the most successful agents at Max Life Insurance. There is something called as a $1 million roundtable, and this is one of the most prestigious premier organizations, associations for life insurance agents across the globe. Anybody who qualifies for that is like winning an Oscar. And I'm told only 0.5% of agents do it once in their lifetime. In my 16-year careers, I have done, this is my 13th year, I'm doing this $1 million roundtable. And after you finish 10 years, you've got a life member. You don't have to do it, but you can still attend these meetings which happens in US and Canada. 15,000 people sitting under one roof, and they are walking, talking encyclopedias about how to make people secure and rich. Today's session is going to be enlightening just for you people to understand what I do. Everybody keeps saying that I am an independent financial advisor. I'm certified by Limbra. I'm also having a partner who is a certified financial planner. Together we do a comprehensive end-to-end financial planning. But today I'm going to share with you what are the different services I offer. So this is how a financial journey happens, and everybody goes through the stages in life We start with earning, we finish school and college, then we get a job, then we get married, we have children. Click.
Yeah, sorry.
So we have children, and once we have children, we have needs, right? First to take care of ourselves, then we have to take care of our children's educations, then we have our responsibilities, buying house, buying stuff, then we're ready to retire, and at age 58 or 60 we retire. Till then we have a earning income. Beyond that, there is no income. So I talk about what is known as sustainability of income and how to grow your money during these years so that when you retire, you are sufficiently amassed enough money to keep you going for the rest of your life without having to depend on anybody else. So in financial planning, we write a plan starting from protection of income right up to retirement and creating assets for your future. And how do we do that? We start with, I keep always telling all my clients that there are only two risks in life. The first risk is the risk of dying too soon. If I am not there, how will my income be replaced, either for death or disability? How will my family live without my income? Will I not be denying my family of all the things I promised them I will give them in my absence? So the protection of income becomes very important. There is a formula to calculate this protection of income. We calculate your current age, your earning capacity, going forward how much you will be earning, add inflation and liability into it, and then create a corpus of how much of a term plan you need for protection. And term plan today, fortunately, is very, very cheap in India. A 30-year-old can buy a 1 crore term plan for as little as 9 to 10,000 rupees, 8 to 10,000 rupees. It's like buying one extra pair of jeans for a year. That's protection number one. We talk about that. And then, of course, we have a lot of other needs. We make sure that all your goals, it could be a goal of buying a house, it could be children's graduation, it could be post-graduation, it could be post-graduation and beyond, like my daughter is doing her PhD. Fortunately, I am not paying for it. But there are a lot of parents who want to pay for it, so we could plan for that. So I keep talking to young parents and telling them, do you want to save small amounts of money every month so that when you are in your late 40s and 50s, have enough money and get interest on the money that you have paid so that your children's education is not compromised on? Or do you want to take a loan when you are in your late 50s or 40s to pay for your children's education? Nobody is willing to give you a loan at that age, number one. Number two, you are going to spend so much more on interest. Number three, the worst thing is you deny your only child or the life of your, the love of your life. You deny them the right college or the right education because you have no money. How will it be that when my son says, Papa, Mama, I want to go to this college, I'm brilliant, but this is how much it's going to cost. He'll say, no, beta, I can't afford it. You have to stay here or you have to take up a job. So that is what I teach parents. Think of your children's education because you know it's going to come. So why are you going to wait till when it comes and hits you in the face? Children's wedding. We've done a survey. There are 3 reasons why people borrow money. Can anybody say what are the 3 reasons?
Education.
Education is one.
Marriage.
Housing.
Hospital.
So we have seen that every goal that we do, we keep it only for that. Lot of times what happens is you save money, you accumulate money, but unfortunately you see that your parent or your father or mother or uncle or aunt gets sick with lifestyle diseases like cancer or kidney failure, and all your life saving is washed away at one go. So we make sure that your dreams and your goals are kept for that reason only. We monitor and see that it is growing at the right time, catching up with inflation, and you get the money at that time. Buying a house, like most people said earlier, people always, I think it's very nice that when my father or grandfather bought houses, they worked all their life and they took care of huge families. Today we have only 1 child or 2 children. My father had 8 children. Never pricked for money, never said that there's no money. They had enough money and they made so much property, but he did it after saving it. After saving it, he bought it. Today's youngsters get a job with a fancy degree, they get a 7 lakh salary, immediately they go buy themselves a fancy car. They pay 15 to 30,000 rupees EMI for a car which is not required. He uses this only on weekends. And then we also have youngsters who are buying houses at a drop of a hat. And then who do they make rich? Like Lakshmi says, we are only making the banks rich when we take loans. And retirement, this is my passion. My goal in life is to make sure that everybody retires with dignity. Unfortunately in India, we do not have social security, which means no free school education, no free medical health insurance, and no free pension. So all these youngsters or middle-aged guys sitting in this room have to plan for your own retirement. If you don't do that, you have only 4 choices. Number 1, work full time. India has a population of 65% less than 30-year-old generation. They're not going to keep you after 60. You're outdated, right? Number 2, work part-time. I know hundreds and thousands of people. There was recently an exhibition where all the 60-year-olds who retired, they had a job mela. People were like, rushing there to get into a part-time job. This is the second option you have. The third option is you have to drastically cut down on your lifestyle. And trust me, we do not like to cut down on our lifestyle. Because what is yesterday's luxury is today's necessity. My maid has a smartphone today. She sends me a WhatsApp message, I'm going to come at 11:30 today. I'm going to a temple. So we cannot cut down. And the last one, which I don't recommend to anybody, if they take care of you, it's good, is depend on children. You have no dignity when you buy an ice cream from your son's income for your grandson. Even the grandson will say, Papa can buy this, why are you buying it? But if you have that 50 rupee note and you buy from your own pension, there's that respect. And I want everybody to retire with respect. So I also started over a period of 17 years, I've specialized in what is known as business insurance. I keep talking about this year on year, day after day, with my clients. This is where I help companies to defer tax. There are plans like key-man policy, employer-employee policy, Married Women's Property Act policy, corporate employees insurance programs, and gratuity. These are things I can help companies, whether they are private limited companies, partnership firms, LLP companies, proprietary firms, PSUs or MNC companies. What we do is take pre-tax money before paying tax. This is the only way you buy a key-man insurance or a maturity policy for retirement. You take an endowment policy which ends in 10 years or 15 years, or you take for emergency money where you pay for 5 years, and after 5 years if you need money, because I have noticed that small companies, MSMEs and SMEs always are not doing the growth this way. There's always ups and downs in companies, and there's always a liquidity crunch. When you need the money the most, you can have this pre-tax money which could be used, and they are very tax efficient. I work with companies, and I would love to give as many companies as possible these policies which will help them get over tough times. So, protection of income I was talking, not only does it protect your income, but it also protects your goals. So if I am not there, how are my goals met? How is my son's education taken care of? How is my daughter's wedding taken care of if I am not there? So in this protection, we also make sure you get your goals covered. These are some, this is one more favorite slide of mine. Like I said, health insurance is not covered. So anybody over 40, we need a 20 lakh cover minimum. And health insurance is very, very important when we retire, other than the life money, because this is indemnity money. There are times when people have got admitted in hospitals for a dengue fever, for food poisoning, and the bills run up to few lakhs. And this is what you need to cover, and you don't have to pay from your pocket. 1,000 rupee per month, or 500 rupee per month, or 800 rupee per month, depending on your family size and your age. You can have sufficient health insurance so that you don't have to dig into your savings, your FDs, your sites, or your retirement plans to pull out for. Favorite again, children's education. So there are a lot of people who come to me with young children. The day the child is born, I suggest you start your health child education plans. We invest both in debt and equity, making sure that you get a win-win combination. Money if I'm there, if I'm not there, guaranteed returns. Money which grows in beating inflation. Together it makes sure that education is taken care of. And we plan, and we will tell you exactly how much it will cost also, depending on which course. Next slide. So how much will it cost for you tomorrow? So this is the calculation we also do, whether it is a MBA course, engineering course, a normal degree course. My niece got into Jain College yesterday, and she is doing a BA exam only for journalism and psychology or something. They are saying 1.82 lakhs per year fees. Right? So even a degree which costs so much, how much will it cost 10 years from now, 12 years from now? Have you planned it? Are you working on it? Are you doing something to get there? This is my favorite again. Most of us say, when I meet parents these days, they say, I don't want to spend money on my child's wedding. I wish they will come back and say, this is my husband or this is my wife. We don't want to spare money. But the fact is that all of us have this dream inside us that we want to give the best wedding to our children. Or if nothing else, we'll give them that Sridhan or security. And they are married and gone away, that they'll have sufficient money. And today, the biggest industry in India is the wedding industry. Millions and billions of rupees are being spent on wedding. And sites are sold and properties sold, because when the boy is good and they demand it, you are saying, okay, this is my only child, I need to do it. Again, I help people set away money for wedding, if nothing else, at least for the social event, where you are giving them good party and food and jewelry. So for all these things, everybody is in this position. Where do I invest for my child's education? Where do you invest for my daughter's wedding? Where do I invest for my retirement? How is it I'm going to get there? What if I make mistakes? Unfortunately, in India, many people are afraid to invest in the equity market. Less than 2% of the people invest in equity, and less than 11 months is what they stay for, put for an equity market. We educate people, we do an analysis of their risk profiling. We tell you, depending on your age and your length of time that we have for the planned goal, where do you have to invest? Is it a debt fund, or a liquid fund, or an equity fund, or a multi-cap fund, or whatever, small cap? We decide, and that's how I've given a lot of choices here. This is one small example. This is called the power of compounding. Many people come and ask me and tell me, when I meet youngsters in their 30s, they say, I'm too young to start retirement planning. Why should I start now? Because retirement is 30 years away. But this is what power of compounding does. At the age of 25, you can walk up for the retirement very, very easily. But the moment you turn 35, you're married, you're bogged down with family, with house, with children's education. You find that your income suddenly has shrunk, and then you have to really climb up like an inflation and jog there. But if you're 45, literally you have to climb the pole. Right? So this is what it is for retirement planning. It's a small flyer which will show you the power of compounding. If you are at the age of 30 years, and if you start investing 10,000 rupees per month, continuously for your retirement for the next 30 years, monitoring it of course. When you turn 60, that 10,000 rupees has grown to 5.56 crores. And maybe that is also not sufficient for you for your retirement purpose. That's the power of compounding. But 5 years later, if you decide that you're going to do it, your 5.56 crores halves. It becomes only 2.72 crores. And when you are almost 40, the same 10,000 will give you just 1.31 crores. And trust me, 1.31 crores, if you don't invest it right, and if you start it as a retirement purpose, it will be over in 11 years. What do you do then? And finally, we have at the age of 50, God save them. It's only 20 years. So where do you invest? You have different instruments available. We'll tell you which is the right instrument. There's PPF, there are pension plans, there are mutual funds, there are stocks, there are endowment plans, there are post office savings, there are secondary bonds, government bonds, hundreds and hundreds of instruments. We'll do the analysis and we'll let you know what is good for you. This is how exactly you should be. The stronger your tree in each of these departments are, they are at the roots, they have to hang on to the tree and make sure that the tree is sturdy and strong. So I put all your goals underneath the tree. You start off as a small root and it gets into a big. Experts say 20% of your income must be saved. We are advising all youngsters to do this and starting very early in life. 5% of your income should go into life and health insurance, which is a term cover and health cover. 10% should go into moderate risk investments like PPF, FDs, annuities, traditional saving plans, guaranteed money income plans and stuff like that. And remaining 10% should go into ULIPs, mutual fund stocks and bonds. So this is what actually the plans that we give do. When there is a risk, we, instead of you paying the money, we make sure that the company pays the money. We are transferring the risk from you to the insurance company or to the health insurance company, so that you don't have to pay and therefore you are saved from spending that much. I also make sure that there is a critical illness cover and accidental cover given, because in the early ages, other than these two things, there are not many reasons why you need to spend money on for emergencies. This is the risk of living too long I was talking about. Earlier, I remember my grandfather died at the age of 62. But later on, the generations are going forward. The mortality rate is going down. Therefore, we have today an average age for male Indian is around 68. And going forward, it's going to be 72 by the time 2020 hits. So the risk of living too long is that I'm going to retire at 58 or 60 and I'm going to live till 72. Which means I have around 12 to 15 years for myself. And usually in India, we plan not only for ourselves, we plan for our spouse as well, right? So when we plan for our spouse, we make sure that a couple of years, usually in our generation, the spouse is younger. For today's generation, not anymore. But women outlive men by 10 years. So you will see all grandmothers in the family, not grandfathers, right? So you need to plan exactly for 25 years. 10 years for my spouse, 15 years for myself. 25 years of sustainable income. How are you going to do that? And that is the biggest challenge now. How much money you should have. And that is where we are working very strongly to make sure that your money is going to grow and you have that corpus money. First it is going into equity, and then when it is grown, when you are ready to retire, we move it into debt and safe instruments so that the principal will not get deteriorated very early, but interest will keep giving your life returns. And this is the lifestyle you can have. More money when you have for dignity. All that you want to do, all your passions, all your dreams which you didn't do because life caught up with you and you want to do. So this is called financial freedom. You can retire at age 40 also if you want to. If you have passive income, if you have secondary income, income which does not need you to be there when you but it's still growing, you can do all these things.
Also look young.
Pardon?
And also look young.
Yeah, also look young. Go to Dr. Funny. Then I've also spoken about how a guy who earns a 1 lakh rupee and who's a 30-year-old, we can take care of all these plans. So we do whatever is available with you, we work on that money. Slowly we make sure that we take from there. And this is what I was saying that earlier, again Robert says that when the rich people, the philosophy of the rich and the poor. The rich invest first and what is left they spend. The poor spend first, what is left they save. Right? So this is what's happening now. Your income is growing, but your expenses are growing much bigger than your income. Therefore, no matter how much you grow, remember when you earned 30,000, you had a lifestyle. You are earning 1 lakh, you still have the same lifestyle. You earn 2 lakhs, you still have the same lifestyle. Maybe small changes, but where's the money gone? Therefore, we are saying your savings will go down. And that's the reason we keep indicating to people that if you have discipline in your life, I bring discipline in your life. Your EMIs and ECSs are already, SIPs are already gone. So what's not left in the bank is not there to spend. You've already taken care of. This is exactly what we do. First we collect the data, we meet you, we build a relationship, we analyze your products, we recommend the products, we implement the plans, we monitor them constantly and make sure it is going the right way. And that's what we technically do. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to listen to me. I hope you would have thought of 2 people who may require these services. Give me a call or send me a message. I will be of help to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Lata, and others for giving a wonderful presentation. Quite emotional too. So, listening to your own experience. Now, before we close, is there anybody who wants to talk about themselves by invitation? Yeah, please.
Yeah, here everybody are talking about health and all. So if your wife is cooking, she needs nice kitchen. If Lata is if you plan your business plan, you need a nice office. And if you sleep well, you can perform well. So you need nice cot and bedroom designs. So for that you need to approach me. Okay. So I'm Pallavi Shekhar, an architect and interior designer. So see, space is not a constraint. Actually, how you implement your lifestyle is a constraint here. Everybody has maybe some 1,000 square feet or 900 square feet, even 600 square feet is fair enough to beautify your place. See, people neglect there. Majority of people, I know one lawyer, he is actually earning so well. When I went to his house, I felt, this is how you are living, like that way. So the thing is, there is possibilities to enhance your lifestyle, but why you wanted to cut down them? So that is what, nowadays, people talking about organic food and everything, right? So then, they are more giving importance to health, that means eating. I'm just saying not only eating, even your life, living style also should improve. So to actually enhance that, I'm here. So we take care complete interiors end to end. Okay, even you can approach us only for the design also, not a problem. In Interscapes, actually we take care architecture, interiors and landscape design. We design your homes and also we beautify the homes, and also we recommend gardens actually where you get the oxygen, little bit of maybe in the balconies or in the terrace garden, like that way. This is my expertise. Thank you so much.
Anybody else? People don't come regularly.
I'm Venkatesh Kamath, chartered accountant by profession, practicing in Malaysia. That's it. And then I have a passion for milk, protein, and all those things they are telling. Milk, protein, and all those things they are telling. Actually, in the name of milk, we are drinking something else. So recently, I received a WhatsApp or some information which said, through detergent, they are making honey.
Yes.
This is the fact. But you would have heard Akbar Birbal story when Akbar said everybody should put 1 liter of milk in a pot, place, well. And when it was opened and seen, everybody had to put the water. Because everybody is thinking that why 1 liter of water if you put does not happen, because everybody is putting the milk, they thought. But unfortunately, there was only milk. The same way, this detergent milk or whatever that you are seeing, I was thinking all these things are not right, being a layman. But then I really realized now it is there, because in hundreds of liters, if you put small, this one, it will not differentiate. You will not be in a position to identify the difference. That's where exactly I started. It started with around 5 years ago as a small passion, and now we have around 250 plus house. And then in the course change, as usual happens in this setup, we now have around 100 plus desi cows here, and this one we have accumulated, and also another 15-20 days we have Apna desi cow milk coming inside. Final cover and all the things getting done, and it has been named as Apna desi cow milk. Okay. And it, as usual, premium Kesri, the price is premium. Why premium? Because please try to understand, the cost is not the price that we are paying in the market. When you don't pay a price for the product that you want to be a good quality one, that person has to survive. So he will do whatever that he wants to. He has to survive. Unless there is a two segment, either I had also a two choice to go to, and I would not have done, that's a different issue, but there were some other methods, not only that, was very crude method which they were using those milks for only for sweets. So I have stopped eating sweets, technically. And here, the other ways are there, like that, put in glucose biscuits, put the water and do that. All the other methods are there. So that's one method. The second method is educate the people and see how you can do that. So I'm in that path, and I know there are good people who appreciate that as a process and take it as a ticket forward. That's all.
This milk is available in our office. We are looking for people who are ready to distribute milk in different parts of Bangalore. So if anybody is interested, you only need is a freezer. More important is, please don't match this product with the product of Nandiनी, etc. It's a different brand of itself. There is a price for it and there is a market for it.